Hi everyone, and welcome to StudioJake. I, of course, am your host, Jacob Airy. Be sure to like this video. Be sure to share it out. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to my channel. And also ring the little bell because YouTube does this weird thing where they curate your subscription feed for some reason. They don't make it chronological order like it used to be, so you may not see everything right away. So be sure to ring the little bell. That way you get email notifications whenever a new video pops up. If you're on Facebook, which is author Jacob Airy, and listening to it, be sure to like that page, share out this video there. Also turn on notifications for Facebook as well. And today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite film franchises of all time, Star Wars. I have been a Star Wars fan since I was probably 7 years old. I think that's when my family first sat down and watched the whole original trilogy. I was in the theater and I saw all of the prequel trilogies in the movie theaters, as well as the sequel trilogy, which I did not like as well as the prequels or the original trilogy, obviously. I've been very vocal about that. But today we're actually going to be talking about a new series that is going a different direction for Star Wars and my preliminary thoughts on it. It, of course, is this long fabled Project Luminous that kept popping up in 2019. I'm going to be discussing that because Lucasfilms just made a big reveal about it. So without further ado, sit back, relax, and welcome to Studio Jake. Okay, so what is Project Luminous? There are so many rumors flying around about it. I'm going to just go through a couple of them because no one was really sure. There was some stuff leaking out on places like Reddit about what Project Luminous was, and one of the rumors was that it was actually the working title for Episode 9 when Colin Trevorrow was still in the seat before he was let go and J.J. Abrams was brought back to finish the trilogy, which of course is the sequel trilogy. And that one was a kind of a minority rumor. There weren't too many people who thought that was the case. But the one that actually turned out to be true was that it was a series based on what was called the High Republic. So prior to the, let's see, the prequel trilogy, there was this time in the golden age of the Republic. So you might recall in A New Hope, when Obi-Wan is telling Luke Skywalker about the Jedi Knights, he makes the comment about for 1,000 years the Jedi protected the Republic. And basically, the Republic, as we kind of know it from the prequel trilogies, was started after the Great Sith War, when the Jedi Knights finally defeated the Sith, and Darth Bane institutes the rule of two. And that's when the Jedi start helping build the Republic and they become kind of like peacekeepers. They're kind of like sheriffs that the Republic sends to planets and whatnot. So the question was, what part of the Old Republic was this going to take place in? So we finally got a reveal yesterday about what Project Luminous is. And according to press releases, and a whole bunch of images, and then they released a video on YouTube, but I actually wanted to read directly from StarWars.com. Now this is Star Wars' official website. They have a press release titled Lucasfilms to launch Star Wars The High Republic publishing campaign in 2020. New stories will explore the Star Wars galaxy set 200 years before the events of The Phantom Menace. So I watched and some of the stuff may be repetitive, just to warn you, but I did read I did read a couple of the descriptions of the images and whatnot, and I also watched the premiere trailer. And basically what it is they're describing it as it's the golden age of the Republic. So 200 years before the Phantom Menace, the Jedi Knight and the Republic is at its peak. They're calling it the High Republic. And so they decided to ask this question of what scares the Jedi. What is something that worries them? And like I said, you can find this at StarWars.com. And according to this website, later this year, LucasFilms will launch an epic new era of Star Wars storytelling that will be explored through multiple voices in adult and young adult novels, children's books, and comics from a variety of publishers, including Disney Lucasfilm Press, Del Rey, IDW Publishing, and Marvel. Star Wars: The High Republic, which has previously been referred to as Project Luminous, will be set in an era when the Galactic Republic and the Jedi Order are at their zenith, about 200 years before the events of Star Wars: The Phantom Menace. This period on the Star Wars timeline will not overlap any of the filmed features or series currently planned for production, giving creators and partners a vast amount of room to tell Star Wars stories with new adventures and original characters. So after that, they share this image, and it's a bunch of Jedi Knights, human and alien, and they're lifting their lightsabers. In the corner, there's this female Jedi who's holding a double-bladed lightsaber. It's from the concept art. They have another concept which shows Jedi Knights kind of standing like battle ready with different alien ones. And so Kathleen Kennedy, they have a comment from her. She said, "We are exciting. We are so excited to be opening up a rich and fertile area for our authors to explore," says Lucasfilm President Kathleen Kennedy. "We'll get to see the Jedi in their prime. Star Wars: The High Republic features the Jedi as we've always wanted to see them, as true guardians of peace and justice. This is a hopeful, optimistic time when the Jedi and the Galactic Republic are at their height. But of course, into this glorious new era, something wicked this way comes," says Publishing Creative Director Michael Siglan. "This initiative will give readers, young and old, a new corner of the galaxy to explore the rich, meaningful stories. Plus, readers will learn what scares the Jedi. This was a golden age for the Jedi and also a time of galactic expansion in the Outer Rim. So expect there to be rich tales of exploration, charting out the galaxy, meeting new cultures, and discovering what pioneer life in the Outer Rim was like. This is an incredible sandbox for our storytellers to play in, both within publishing and beyond, and we can't wait to see the great fiction they build within it," says Lucasfilm Vice President, Franchise Content and Strategy James Wahaga? I don't know. So they had the image of what the High Republic is going to be, and the video. The website continues, "As previously announced, Star Wars: The High Republic has enlisted top-tier fan-favorite authors Claudia Gray, Justin Ireland, Daniel Jose Older, Kevin Scott, and Charles Soule to craft this new era of Star Wars publishing." They must be newer fans' favorites, because I've never heard of any of these guys. Or women, and that kind of concerns me. That's like a thing that concerns me, that and the fact that Kathleen Kennedy is supporting it. So then it continues, "The first books and comics are set to debut at Star Wars Celebration Anaheim in August 2020. With Star Wars: The High Republic Light of the Jedi, a massive interconnected story that's told across various formats by various publishers. The first wave of titles includes," and they have a picture of a YA novel called Into the Dark by Claudia Gray. They're releasing that through Disney Lucasfilm Press. They have a children's book, A Test of Courage by Justina Ireland. Sorry, I said Justin Ireland earlier. It's Justina Ireland. Star Wars: The High Republic Adventures, which is being released through IDW. And it's going to be written by Daniel Jose Older. Like I said, IDW Publishing. And then they have the Marvel Comics series, which is by Kevin Scott. And I have a feeling this one's going to be more for older audiences. And then they have the adult novel, which of course is called Light of the Jedi by Charles Soule? I don't know. These names, jeez. Stay tuned for StarWars.com for additional details. So that was the big reveal for Star Wars Project Luminous, and it turned out the people who were speculating it was about the Old Republic were correct. Congratulations, good for you, you did it, hurrah. So I actually am excited about the series. Personally, I think that Disney, instead of doing a sequel to the Skywalker saga, they should have started out with something like this, told a totally original tale, and then done the Star Wars sequel series. I think that would have been way smarter, and also it probably there were complications that happened during the sequel trilogy, such as hiring known Hollywood hack Rian Johnson to direct Episode 8, The Last Jedi, which was terrible. Now, I am excited about this project because even though, like I said, I kind of mentioned that one of my concerns is Kathleen Kennedy is on board with this project. There are rumors that Kathleen Kennedy is on her way out. I'm glad. She single-handedly has mismanaged Star Wars for Disney. The only good movie we got out of them was Rogue One. I know like there's like this group of fans that hate Rogue One for some reason. It's a fantastic film. It's one of the best Star Wars films to come out. It's up there with the original trilogy. Not, in my opinion, I think that it is up there with that. So anyway, I would love to see Kathleen Kennedy be shown the door. She completely ruined this franchise for millions of fans. She split the fan base in a way that became, and I hate to use this word because the SJWs have clamped onto it, but it's true, she made it toxic, where if you like, the sequels, you are uh, you are the real fans, right? But if you don't like how Disney did the property, then you are a sexist, bigot, homophobe for some reason. But I just think it's kind of dumb. I think that that logic will only take you so far, and the speculation around this Project Luminous, or now known as the High Republic, I think it's good. I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be exciting. I personally am looking forward to the comic books. I'm going to read the adult novels. I may even read the young adult novels. I don't know. I tend to like stories that have younger characters, so I may give that a try. But I think that for the most part, it's going to be really good. Star Wars is slowly being taken away from Kathleen Kennedy. We might not even see her finish 2020, and I'm not sure who they're going to put in charge, though. That's going to be a tough one, because if they put Jon Favreau in charge, who would do a fantastic job. Jon Favreau, of course, is the director of the first two Iron Man films. He's directed films like Elf. He's an actor. He created or I should say co-created The Mandalorian, which is fantastic on Disney Plus. Really enjoy that. I think that he would do a fantastic job running it, but I would hate to see him lose the director's chair and the creative chair. There's some rumors that Disney is contemplating moving Kevin Feige from Marvel Studios to Lucasfilms. Kevin Feige will do a good job, but then all the Marvel haters who just hate Marvel because it's cool or whatever, and the Hollywood elitist gatekeepers and the toxic fandom of that realm, I I don't think that they would like that. I think that it wouldn't matter what Kevin Feige did. He could make a movie as good as Empire Strikes Back, but they wouldn't like it. It would be, because it didn't. If you looked at some of the responses that I got whenever I was writing reviews for Marvel films from particularly conservatives, which boggles my mind. Conservatives should love the Marvel superhero films. Well, I'm not saying that they're conservative, but the idea that these individuals are using their individual ability and they're working from a team without the mandate of a government or the government to come together and stop threats, I think that's fantastic. I think that's good. I've been criticized for just liking Disney, even though I have been critical of how Disney runs Star Wars. I just think it's so dumb that that conservatives quick act like SJWs when it comes to film. I think that's kind of pathetic. But anyway, I So that's kind of my worry if if they move Kevin Feige, and I actually would be okay if they moved Kevin Feige. I think he took the MCU as far as it could go. As far as movies I'm excited about for the upcoming phase, I'm really only excited for Black Widow. The Eternals just sounds bad. Even the release stills, they're not impressive to me. I don't think that they look that great. Um, because people are leaking like pictures of filming locations and stuff. I don't think it looks that impressive. So Kevin Feige, if I think he is probably going to hang on till Black Widow. For some, Black Widow really should have been a part of Phase Two. I think that making a film after her character's been killed off in Avengers Endgame, I don't think that was the right way to go. That's just my opinion. I think that they should have um, done something else. They should have done something with the character way earlier on. But then that movie with Jennifer Lawrence, Red Sparrow, which was just basically a plagiarism of Black Widow, it came out during all this time when when they were actually considering doing an origin prequel movie for Black Widow. So if Kevin Feige was to move to a galaxy far, far away, I actually would be okay with that. Like I said, I think he took the Marvel Cinematic Universe as far as he could take it. I think that letting someone else take the reins of that would be great. I, and like I said, I would love to see Jon Favreau take it over because it's clear that he loves Star Wars. From the care that he's given for The Mandalorian and developing that show, he obviously loves it a great deal. So I would be okay if he became the head. I just would be upset to lose him in a director's chair or a writer position because he is really good at what he does. So as far as now going back to the High Republic, I think it's going to be a good series. I think it's going to be fun and interesting. I think we're going to see a lot of lightsaber action. The one thing that press release that I read from StarWars.com didn't mention was the villains. They're called the Nihils, I think, or the Nihils, and they are a band of space Vikings whose motto is "You can't take it with you, but we can take it from you." And I think that's going to be great. It's going to be interesting to see the Jedi fight an enemy they don't fully understand. And I'm looking forward to reading some of these adventures. So if I ever get the chance, I'll get back to you and let you know how it went. Anyway, that's all the time I have for today. Thank you so much for listening to my podcast. Be sure to find me on Twitter at RealJacobAiry. Instagram is at RealJacobAiry, as I mentioned earlier. Facebook is Author Jacob Airy. YouTube is StudioJake. Of course, you can find my website, jacobairy.blog. That's JACOBAIREY.blog. And of course, pick up your copy of my novel, The Seven Royals, All Good Things. It's available Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, Kobo.com for download, Apple Books for download, and of course, you can buy directly from my publisher at BookLocker.com. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you next time right here on Studio Jake.